If you want to build a home server and you do not want to buy expensive hardware or learn Linux and write Docker code, and you're like most people, you just want a safe place to dump your files, stream your movies, and host a few apps without spending your weekend staring at a black command screen. That is exactly why Casa OS exists. Casa literally means home in Spanish. It wasn't built for enterprise data centers, it was built for normal people who want a private cloud but hate coding. If you want to dip your toes into the self hosting water without drowning in complex networking and VM configurations, this is your life raft. So, what is Casa OS? First of all, despite the name, Casa OS is not actually an operating system. Instead, think of it as a management platform that sits on top of an existing Linux installation like Raspberry Pi OS, Ubuntu, Debian, or many other Linux distributions. Its purpose is simple. It makes Docker applications incredibly easy to install and manage. Normally, deploying Docker containers means working in the terminal, writing Docker compose files, exposing ports, creating volumes, and troubleshooting configurations. Casa OS hides most of that complexity behind an elegant web interface. Once installed, you simply open your browser and manage everything from a beautiful dashboard. It's almost like having your own personal app store for self hosting. Okay, let's get to the good stuff. Just copy this command. There is even a live demo if you'd like to explore the interface before installing it. The setup is the easiest installation you'll ever do. If you are on Linux, which is the recommended platform, I'm using Linux Mint myself, all you need to do is open a terminal and paste the command you copied from the Casa OS website. Once you run the installation command, CasaOS will first check your system to make sure everything is compatible. It then updates your package manager, installs all the required dependencies, downloads the necessary components, and configures everything automatically. Depending on your Raspberry Pi model or PC and your internet connection, this process can take a few minutes, so just let it finish without interrupting it. When it's done, CasaOS will display the address you can use to access its web interface from your browser. You can access the Casa OS machine from any device. As long as the other device is connected to the same network, simply open any web browser on your desktop, laptop, tablet, or even your phone, type in this address, and you'll be taken to the Casa OS setup page. The first time you access Casa OS, you'll be welcomed by a simple setup wizard. Click Go to begin, then create your administrator account by entering a username and a strong password. These credentials will be used to log in and manage your server, so make sure you choose a password that's secure and easy for you to remember. Once you've filled in the required information, click Create, and in just a few seconds, you'll be taken to the Casa OS dashboard, where the real fun begins. This is the Casa OS dashboard. Right away, you'll see useful information like the current time, CPU and memory usage, storage health, and any connected drives. The interface is very easy to navigate, even if you're completely new to self-hosting. Before we start installing applications, let's take a quick look at Storage Manager. This is where you can view all the storage devices connected to your server, create new storage volumes, or even combine multiple drives into a single storage pool. If you connect a brand new hard drive or SSD, Casa OS can format it and prepare it for use directly from this interface. Just keep in mind that formatting will erase everything on that drive, so make sure you've backed up any important data first. You'll also notice an option to merge storages. This lets you combine multiple drives into one larger storage pool that's managed as a single volume. It's still marked as a beta feature, so if you decide to use it, it's best to do so on a fresh installation before you've started storing important data. Let's take a quick look at the Files app. Think of this as the built-in file manager for your server. It lets you browse your folders, upload and download files, create new folders, move data around, and manage everything directly from your web browser. By default, CasaOS creates a few folders to help keep your data organized. For example, there's a documents folder for your files, a downloads folder, a gallery folder for your photos, and a media folder that's perfect for movies, TV shows, or music if you're planning to use a media server like Jellyfin or Plex. If you connect additional storage later, you'll also be able to access it from here. It's a simple but very useful way to manage your server without having to open the Linux terminal. Another nice feature of the Files app is that it isn't limited to your local storage. If you click the plus icon, you can connect popular cloud storage services like Google Drive, Dropbox, and Microsoft OneDrive. You can also connect network storage if you already have a NAS on your home network. This allows you to manage files from multiple locations through a single interface, making it much easier to organize your data without constantly switching between different applications or websites. Another useful feature built into the Files app is Files Drop. It lets you quickly transfer files between devices on your local network without needing a USB flash drive or a cloud service. Simply open the Files Drop page on another device using the address shown on the screen, and you can start sending files directly to your Casa OS server. It's a quick and convenient way to move files from your phone, tablet, or computer. You can also enable shared folders, which allows other devices on your local network to access specific folders on your server. Just select the folders you want to share, complete the setup, and they'll be available to other computers on your network. It's perfect for sharing documents, photos, videos, or any other files with everyone in your home. Casa OS lets you customize the dashboard by choosing which widgets you want to display. For example, you can show or hide the clock, system status, storage information, and network statistics. This lets you keep the dashboard as simple or as detailed as you like, so the information that's most important to you is always front and center. It's a small touch, but it makes the interface feel much more personal and easier to use. Now let's move on to what is probably Casa OS's biggest feature, the App Store. This is where you can browse and install hundreds of self-hosted applications with just a few clicks. There are over 100 plus applications available covering everything from media servers and cloud storage to home automation, password managers, databases, developer tools, and much more. Finding an application is easy. You can browse by category or simply use the search bar to look for the one you want. In this example, I'm going to install Nextcloud, one of the most popular self-hosted cloud storage solutions. All you have to do is click install and Casa OS takes care of the rest. It automatically downloads the required Docker images, creates the container, configures it, and prepares everything for you. Depending on the application and your internet connection, this may take a few minutes to complete. One thing I really like is that you don't have to keep this window open. You can click continue in background, carry on using Casa OS, and the installation will continue while you do other things. Once the installation is complete, the application is automatically added to your dashboard. To launch it, simply click its icon and Casa OS will open it in a new browser tab. You don't have to remember IP addresses or port numbers. Casa OS handles all of that for you. In the case of Nextcloud, the first step is to create your administrator account by choosing a username and password. You'll also notice that Nextcloud uses SQLite as the default database. While that's perfectly fine for testing or small personal installations, if you plan to store lots of files or have multiple users, it's recommended to use MySQL or MariaDB instead for better performance and reliability. Once you've completed the setup, your personal cloud is ready to use. From here, you can upload files, synchronize them across your devices, share documents with others, and even access them remotely if you choose to configure secure remote access later. Before we wrap up, it's worth mentioning that if you find yourself wanting more advanced storage features, the developers also offer Zima OS. Unlike Casa OS, which is a platform that installs on top of an existing Linux distribution, Zima OS is a complete operating system built specifically for home servers and NAS devices. It includes features that power users will appreciate, such as built in RAID management that can be configured in just a few clicks, along with more advanced storage management tools. So, if your goal is to build a dedicated NAS with multiple hard drives and enterprise style storage features, Zima OS may be a better fit. For most people, though, Casa OS offers an excellent balance of simplicity and functionality. It's lightweight, easy to install on existing Linux systems, and provides a fantastic way to get started with self hosting without having to learn Docker or complex Linux administration. And that's a look at Casa OS. If you're looking for an easy way to build your own personal cloud, media server, or home lab, it's definitely worth trying. It takes away much of the complexity of Docker and lets you focus on using your applications instead of configuring them. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to give it a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss future videos on Linux, self-hosting, and open source software. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.